Yep. So we completed the setups related to enterprise structure except inventory organization. Rest all we just gone through, right? So enterprise, division, primary ledger, legal entity, business unit. Now we'll see how we can create the same setups like calendar, chart of accounts, primary ledger, legal entity, business unit, all the setups what we did through manual process, those we can do by using spreadsheet. That concept we call as rapid implementation. Or a rapid implementation. By using the rapid implementation, or you can call as rapid implementation template, we use rapid implementation template. By using the rapid implementation template, we can prepare the data and we can create the setups. When we talk about process, as a part of rapid implementation, the first step is we have to download the template from instance. Download RI template from instance. Then prepare with the data. Okay, prepare with the data. So how many segments we require in the chart of accounts, what are the companies, departments, accounts we have, and your accounting calendar, when it starts, how many adjustment periods you require, everything we have to prepare. Then after preparing the data, you have to validate the data, then you can create the data files. Create data files, upload data files to create setups. So this is the process we have to follow to create the setups in the instance with the help of rapid implementation template. The very first step is we have to download the template from instance. We'll go and download it. So how to download? Go to global search, setup and maintenance, task list, click on search, and here you can use the term called as rapid. Search with the rapid term and click on define common financial configuration for rapid implementation. Just click on this task. Yeah. Now, so here is the task. Create chart of accounts, ledger, legal entities, and business units in spreadsheet. This is all you can create by using the spreadsheet. So this is a spreadsheet which you can download. This is an offline sheet. Just click on sheet that is downloaded. Double click to open. Okay, just double click to open and click on enable editing. This is the rapid implementation template. So within the template, the first sheet is instructions. By using this template, how you can create the setups, you can understand through these instructions. It talks about how to deal with this template. Okay, you may spend some time to go through it, but we will see the process. The next sheet is COA, calendar and ledger. Here you can provide the data related to your chart of accounts, calendar and ledger. And here you can list out your business units. Here you can list out your companies and legal entities. Here you can list out all your natural accounts. The financial sequence in subledger applications, when you create the transactions, if you want to generate some additional numbering is required, again, it is optional. Now, so let's prepare the data to create the setups. Okay, to create the setups. So before we proceed with this, what name we want to use? We will just go and check any setups are available. 1 second. So what you can do is through rapid implementation, any setups you plan to do. I mean to say the company name, whatever you want to use, make sure that that is not already available in instance, because we are using the practice instances. There could be the name what we are planning to create. So check and you create. Say for example, I want to create company called as American Express, Amex. Check. Yeah, somebody created. Or say I want to go with a company ADP. That is also there. Say Apple. Yes, that is there. Say Seat. Yes, that is there. Oh. Say digital. That name is not there. So we'll use the name as Digital INC as a company name. Okay, Digital INC. We'll go with this name. So even when you are practicing, when we try with this rapid implementation template, whatever the instance you are going to use, make sure that that name is not already created in that instance. We'll go with the name called as, the company name called as Digital INC. I'm taking digital. Please go on mute. Thank you. So the name what we are giving here, the same name system will take for chart of accounts name, calendar name, and ledger. And provide currency. If you provide currency, it will take as it is. If you don't provide the currency, whatever the legal entity you provide, the legal entity belongs to which country, that country currency it will take. You can see the note, the pop-up. Mandatory when no legal entity. If you are not going to provide legal entity within this template, currency is mandatory. Otherwise, it will take currency based on the legal entity country. You want to provide it. Say USD. And feed frequency. So this information is required for your calendar. This name it will use for calendar, and these are the additional inputs. Say monthly. How many adjustment periods you required once at year end, and physical year start date. You should follow the same format. Month in 2 digits, day in 2 digits, year in 4 digits. If you don't follow that, when you submit this template for validation, system will identify the mistakes. So follow the same format. Okay, otherwise, if you give month as a 1 digit, date in 1 digit, it will throw error message. So month. Okay, so your physical year start, Jan 01/1/01, and it's not like 2023. That is a format here. Clearly, the format is mentioned here. You can see that pop up. Same you have to follow. Here you can list out all your segments. How many segments you want to create as a part of your chart of accounts? List out all the segments. Just already we created through manual process. The same you can do here. So company for company, what label you want to assign? Primary balance and segment label. What is short name? Say short name is COMP. Display width, I'm giving 4. It will take in the 2 places. One is this display width, it will take to create the value set as maximum size. And when system will create the company segment in the chart of account, it will take as a display width also. In the 2 definitions, it will use. If you want to change later, you can change it. But this is only one field for two definitions. We'll see that one system will create this 4 where it is taking, we will check. Next segment is a department. The department assigned cost center segment label. So these are the actual labels. Whatever you see in instance, those are not all real labels. Okay. there might be few labels which are created by somebody, which doesn't make any sense. But these are the actual labels which Oracle is providing. Select cost center segment label. Say short name. And size or say width 4. Another segment is account. For account, select natural account segment label. So display width, say 5, or you can take 4. We will just do some test. 4 I am taking. Next segment is intercompany. For intercompany, we have to assign intercompany segment label, but don't assign. There is a reason we'll discuss. Should be same as a company size. Say project. Say future 1. Create future 2 also. Done. If you look at this sheet, if you look at this template, within that we have multiple sheets. You have one sheet for company, here is it. And you have one more sheet for account. Here is the account sheet. And we don't have any sheets for department, intercompany, project to maintain the relevant data. Those we have to generate. To create those sheets, you have to click on add segment sheets. Now what system will do is, it will check. Already company and natural account, 2 sheets are available. It means it will exclude the 2 segments which are associated with the primary balance and segment label and natural account segment label. These 2 labels are assigned to company and account. Except these 2 segments, for remaining all the segment, it will add additional sheets. When you click on add segment sheets, it will create the sheets. Click on this, add it. You see, add a department, intercompany, project, future 1, future 2. Now you can go back to this chart of accounts information, assign intercompany segment label to intercompany segment. If you assign and if you click on add segment sheets, system cannot create sheet for intercompany segment. That is the reason don't assign label, generate sheet, then you assign the label to intercompany. This is what we have to understand. That's how they kept the functionality. Now here you can list out your business units. Go to business units and you can create your business units here. Say digital US business unit. And here you can give your legal entity name, digital USA. Or say US, you can give US legal entity. This is how you can create all the business units and legal entities, whatever you have. When you practice this rapid implementation template for first time, you go with only one business unit. There are certain advantages you can find out if you go with one business unit. When you test second time, third time, you may go with multiple business units, but for first time you go with only one business unit. So that certain additional setup system can complete. If you have only one business unit, okay, system can complete few setups for you. You no need to do the setup, system will take care. That you can experience. Okay, for the first time you create with only one B. When you practice second time, third time, you can go with multiple as per your plan. So you can list out all the BUs and all the legal entities in this sheet. And here is the companies and legal entities. Here you can list out all the companies and for which company is associated with which legal entity, though that information we have to provide. As per this rapid implementation sheet, the parent company is mandatory. For any value, any segment values, parent value is mandatory. So parent, if you have a parent, in terms of reporting, your job will become easy. Instead of selecting each and every value, okay, so you can go with the concept called as grouping different companies and generating the reports with the parent. That's how you can take the advantage of parent. But minimum one parent is mandatory as per this template, otherwise it doesn't work. Here I'm giving since 4 digits, the maximum number is 9999 that I'm taking. The moment I give this parent value here, all the fields are freezed. You see that color got changed. And you can give here all companies, that is a parent. And the child values, real companies, you can enter 1000, say digital consulting services, and this companies belongs to which legal entity, you have to provide the data here. Legal entity name, identifier, country, address. First we have to set the legal address. Based on that address, it can create the legal entity. Okay, to create the legal address, take the data from the instance only. Okay, take the data from instance. Go to legal addresses. Manage legal addresses. Go to task called as manage legal addresses. From manage legal addresses, you can just take the data to prepare the sheet. With which address you want to create the, what is the address you want to use for your legal point of view, means company registration point of view, what is the address you require, that you can choose. Just click on add. Just pick the postal code. So use this information for your address. City. Address you can give is the US legal address, city, state, county, postal code. This information for address, rest of information for legal entity creation. You can give the legal entity name, whatever you given here, copy and paste, because it should match. Whatever the name you given here, for that there should be legal entity definition, just not name. You can say some identification number. Country you can select as United States. Better you can select from drop down. United States. Rest of information you can fill here. Okay, this complete data we get from the client. This is how you can provide the data. In the same way, you can list out all your companies 2000, say digital financial services. Legal entity same. Whenever you choose the legal entity, you no need to enter the other details. It's freezing the row. Legal entity is different. It will open the fields and you can enter. 3000, say digital transformation. Same legal entity. This is how you can list out all your companies. We'll see the natural accounts after some time. First, we'll go on to complete values creation for rest of segments. Go to department. Minimum one parent is mandatory. So make one value as a parent value minimum, say all departments. List out departments, say 1000. So finance department, 2000. HR, 3000. Sales, 4000. Marketing. Done. Now intercompany. You can copy company values as a intercompany. One default value you can create. Default. Because whenever you record the intercompany transaction, then only you have to choose these values. Otherwise, all the time you have to select default value. You can keep some parent value as a all companies and go to project. Same. You can make parent value, say all projects. You can list out your projects, say Java project, some .NET project. PHP project. Some HTML project. Reality, we get the data from the client, accordingly you can list out. So just I'm entering few values. And you may have a case where the transaction may not belong to any project. Then you can use default value. And create some default values for future one, future two. Say default or say all. Only it will allow for the default. All you can say. Default, that's it. So this is how we have to prepare the data within this template. Our chart of accounts and calendar information and your business unit legal entities, the list of companies under relevant legal entities with the address and legal entity definition required information and departments data, intercompany projects. What are the segments we have accordingly how to provide? This financial sequence is not mandatory, ignore it. It is not mandatory at all. So natural accounts. Okay, when we work on the different applications, we need many accounts. So instead of entering one by one, what we can do is we can use the sample data. Oracle is providing the sample data that you can copy into the sheet to create, okay, the same information as a part of our chart of accounts. The reality, we provide the sheet to the client and we'll ask them to list out what are the accounts they have, what are the departments they have. They'll fill the data within the sheet. This you can copy to other sheet and you can finalize the sheet and you can proceed. you may not share this section to the client. Okay, you may just delete this and the rest of all you may specify and you can give it to the client. They'll share the data once you receive, you can copy entire data into other sheet and you can get ready to load this information to the system. So here you can see if you go to instructions, within the instruction sheet, there is a sample sheet. Here is a sample data sheet. Open this. Oracle is providing sample data or sample sheet for our reference purpose. See, this is how they created as a sample data. These many segments they took. You see the business units, 3 business units they created. Okay. And go to natural accounts. So this is sample data they are providing. This we can copy into your sheet. You see the highest level, parent 6. If you notice here, these are the different checking accounts, bank accounts, checking bank accounts. For all these checking bank accounts, this is a parent account. These are the saving accounts. For all these saving accounts, this is the parent account. For this checking accounts and saving accounts, grandparent account is this account, total cash in checking accounts and saving accounts. So this is how you can have a parent concept where you can do the grouping. And again, this is a total cash. Again, this is total investments, assets. This is again total receivables. These are all like, these are all parents comes under this parent again. Total assets. This you no need to teach anything to the client. They know very well. All the type of accounts, what they have as per reporting, how they are grouping, that they'll take care. If you look at this information for all the account types called as assets, they are using series as a 10,000 series. Of course, 10, 11, 12, 13, it could be anything, 10,000. Okay, 10,000 plus series they are using for all the asset accounts. And if you move to liability accounts, they are using 20,000 plus sequence, all liability accounts. Owner's equity 30,000 plus sequence. Revenue accounts 40,000 plus sequence. Expense accounts 50,000 plus sequence. So this is how they are used. We get this complete data from the client. You don't need to do anything. You have to ask them to provide the data. You can share this sample sheet also. This is how we need your accounts data. Please provide us. Then they will share with us. The same we'll keep in the sheet and we can take it forward to load it. Okay, you no need to do any exercise here. You ask them, you show them, you share this sample sheet. So this is how we are expecting your data. So as per our reporting requirements or how you have a data, how you want to do the grouping for reporting point of view, accordingly provide. They will frame internally, they will frame and they'll share with us. That's it. And you can talk to them. You can group those accounts based on subsequence. If they are using 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits, accordingly, they can group like how we are, all the assets are 10,000 plus sequence, all the liabilities are 20,000 sequence. In the same way, they go with a different grouping. Okay, sequence numbering, accordingly they can provide the data. Okay, now you can copy this into our sheet because this much data manually we no need to create. Even reality also they will provide and we will use it to load process. Here you can see parent 6. Okay, from parent 6 we are going to copy. Here around they are providing 400 plus accounts, not more than that, very limited. When we are working for any client, there will be thousands of accounts. So again, depending on their business, where they are operating, what is their business, accordingly, it could be number, could be more than thousands. If they have a global operations, they may have a lakhs of accounts also. Whatever it may be, we have to ask the client to provide the data. They will provide in the sheet and the same we have to load through this rapid implementation template. That's all. So just 400 plus accounts you can have within this. Just copy up to 500. When it's done, check. how many accounts? 437 or 438. You copy this, and it's very important. What is the pointer here? Parent 6. You have to copy this and go to your sheet. Within your sheet, go to natural accounts and place the cursor in the parent 6 only. There we are copying. Top level is 6, parent 6. The same you have to follow. Place the cursor in the parent 6 and paste the data here and say yes, it will process. Wait till the cursor point will be released. It will just load and it will validate. You have to wait. Once cursor point is released, you can ensure yes, the data is settled down in this template or sheet, and then you can take it forward. Now it's released. It means the data is managed in this template as per this template requirement. Now we have a data ready within our template. Now that you can close it. Okay, this we don't need, just to copy the accounts data we open. So everything is fine. Okay, this would be your chart of accounts name. This would be your calendar name. This would be your ledger name. Digital would be your calendar, chart of accounts, and ledger name. That anyway, we'll discuss more detail level once we start creating the setups with this. Okay, we prepared the data, all the sheets. Okay, we prepared. Okay, when we try from your end, you will be more comfortable. Now try to understand. Now try to understand what data, how to provide in this template. That's it. So just you try from your end, then you can experience. If you have any questions, yes, we can discuss now or later. Any point of time you can discuss. So just try to understand how to prepare this template with the data. This is how we have to prepare. So what we discussed here. First, we have to download. Yes, we downloaded from the instance. Then we have to prepare with the data. Yes, we prepared. Data is ready. Next step is we have to validate. How to validate? Here is the tab. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, we have to validate. Once you click on validate, within this template, if anything wrong, it will throw error message. Definitely will get error message. Here account we given size as a 4, but accounts what we provided all are 5. This would be the error message for sure. Just click on validate. It is generating validation report. You see everywhere it is mentioning. So this is the company value. The width of the value is so and so. It's exceeded segment display width as a 4. Segment display width we given 4, but value what we entered is 5. That is the error message. That error message in this which sheet it is giving. It is there in the natural account. If you go here, which values are wrong, it is showing. All the values are wrong. Yes. Now what you can do is go to chart of accounts. Here make it 5. Then it will match. Here we are setting 5. There we given 5. It will match. Now again submit for validation. Done. Validation is successful. No errors found. Done. Click on no to close it. You don't need to see any report at all. Not required. Now you have to generate data files. The same we discussed here. Create data files. 2 files we have to create. One is chart of accounts file. The other one is ledger, means primary ledger, legal entity, and business unit files. These 2 files we have to create. Okay. These 2 files we have to create. First, you generate these files. Click on generate chart of accounts files and go to you just create one folder with this name. Okay, digital. This is the company name you are using, or say digital INC. You save this file in this folder. Save it. And one more file we have to create. Generate ledger, legal entity, and business unit. Click on this. And say what is the file it is generating? Financials common entities. It is zip file. System is creating the zip file. Save it. That's all. For your reference purpose, you can save this sheet also. Okay, save this sheet. Go to digital, save it. We will use it when we keep working on this instance based on this rapid implementation setups. There are few pointers where we have to open the sheet to understand. Okay, what are the sheet you are using, you save, okay, for future reference. Done. Now you can close this. We are done with this. The next step is we have to upload the data file to create the setups. There is a sequence. We have to follow the sequence. We have it 2 files. Okay, we have it 2 files. The 2 files you have to load into the system by following the sequence. By following the sequence, we have to load into the instance. So where we saved, not on the desktop, yeah, here. So these are the 2 files. First, we have to load the chart of accounts. Once chart of accounts file is loaded successfully, then you can submit the second file. We'll go into submit and we'll discuss the relevant points. How to submit, how to load. Same navigation from where we downloaded this file, you can go to the same page. From there, you can load it. Search with the term called as rapid. Rapid, and here this is the task name you can use. Define common financial configuration for rapid implementation. Click on this task list, and by using this task we downloaded the template. Now you can use this link, upload chart of accounts. Click on upload chart of accounts. Ignore that message. Here you can choose that file. On the desktop, the folder called as digital, we have the files. Now we are going to upload chart of accounts file. Select it. So you should not do any modifications to that file. Okay, don't touch that file. Everything will get disturbed. Within that zip file, there will be HTML pages, or say XML page. Within that, through XML coding, the data can be managed. Okay, you should not touch. You don't need to open. No modifications are allowed. Just generate and submit. Now submit this file. What is the file name? Chart of accounts. Chart of account zip file we are submitting. Now what this file will do? Say okay. What this file is going to do, we have to understand. Just refresh. So this file is going to complete the setups, whatever we have completed through manual process related to chart of accounts. What setups we did as a part of chart of accounts? The same setup this file will create. These are all setups. The file will complete. That file, whatever we submitted, it is going to complete all those setups. This is the file name, whatever we submitted. That file is going to complete all these setups. Sorry. So copy those setups. These setups. And when we talk about sequence, if it is a manual process, okay, if it is a manual process, this is a sequence we have to follow. If it is a manual. If it is a rapid implementation, system follows different sequence. What it will do is, it will create the values. Once it will create the value set. So let me change it. What it follows, take accordingly. If it is a manual process, we have to wait till deployment. Then we create the values within the value sets and we will set value attributes wherever applicable. But in case of rapid implementation, system creates value sets, immediately it will create the values and it can set value attributes. And rest it will follow this. Same setups, but slight variance, okay, slight difference you can see in terms of sequence. So this all setup system is going to create. How system can create the value sets? What it will do is, it will look at the sheet and it can understand how to create the value sets. So for company, how it will create the value set? It will create value set company plus digital, department plus digital, account digital. This is how it will create the value sets. Whatever the information we selected at the time of value set creation, we created a value sets in the system. During the value set creation, whatever the information we selected, the same information it will select in this rapid implementation process. What information we selected, we given the value set name or code. Here it will take company digital as a value set for company, department digital as a department value set. Then we give an application, general ledger. System can pick general ledger application. You don't need to tell to system. And the validation type we given as independent. It takes independent only in this process. Okay, data type we given character. Subtype we given text. And maximum length we given 4. Here it will use these values as a maximum size. Even this is a display width, it will use for maximum size. So that's how it can create the value sets automatically. Means it will create segment name plus whatever the name we are giving in this sheet. In the name field, whatever we are giving, that it will take. Your company name. Okay, or say entity, you can call as entity. For which company we are doing implement. This combination, it can create value sets. The values within the value sets, we have a very clear information. Whatever we provided as a companies, it will take as a values, and department, intercompany. This is all it will take as it is. Okay, that there is no issue. Next step. And chart of account structure. So whatever the name you given in the template level, this it will take as chart of account structure as well as instance. Digital, it will take as a structure and instance name. Your structure name would be digital. And segments already you given in the template, the same it will take. It will assign the respective value sets. The labels also be given in the template level, same labels it will use. The same labels it will assign. The other point is chart of account structure instance. Same digital itself, it will take as instance name also, and it will submit for a deployment. Here is the challenge. When it will submit for deployment, it will wait max 15 minutes. The waiting time is max 15 minutes. It can wait max 15 minutes to perform the deployment. If system is not supporting within the 15 minutes, it will end with warning, but it will keep trying to deploy only. So now most of the practice instance what we are using, we have a large volume of chart of accounts. To complete the deployment, definitely in every instance, it takes more than 15 minutes. When you are working for your client, there won't be any chart of accounts. Whatever you create, that system will accept. And it will deploy immediately. Doesn't take more than 1 minute also. By taking less than 1 minute time, it can deploy, but the instances what we are using for training, practice, or say demo or test purposes, this is all like you can find good number of chart of accounts. To deploy all those chart of accounts, it takes time. Definitely it will be more than 15 minutes. So it will wait up to 15 minutes. Within the 15 minutes, if deployment process is not going to complete, it will throw warning message And when it will throw warning message, you don't need to do anything. You have to understand. If you open the log file, log or output file, it shows the same message. Exceeded 15 minutes time, and it will continue to deploy. So you have to wait for a few more minutes. Once you see that warning message, maybe after seeing that warning message within 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the deployment process will complete, and that you can see from the respective page itself. So this is what we have to understand. Once you get a confirmation as a deployment is completed, then you have to submit the second file. Okay, the second file you have to submit. Till the time you should not. It is not like just you submit chart of accounts file, then you submit financial common entities file. No. You have to ensure your chart of accounts, what you loaded through this rapid implementation file, it is created and deployed also, so that that can be used by further setups. It's very important. Now we submit it. It will take minimum 15 minutes time to complete the deployment. More than 15 minutes it will take. Once we see the status as a deployed, our accounting flexible status is deployed, then we can ensure our chart of account also deployed. That we'll see that. Now we'll go and verify these setups one by one. First, we'll see whether value sets are created or not. Okay, it is running. See, it is running like value sets created, hierarchies created, parent child hierarchies and all. Still it is running. It takes time. Okay. So this program status should be succeeded, then everything is ready. If it ends with a warning, you have to check the log message. We'll see that. So meantime, we'll verify one by one setup. Deployment anyway, it will take time. You can check one by one. Go to value sets to check whether value sets are created or not. Okay, chart of accounts, value sets. So manage chart of account value sets. Here, it will create the name as we discussed, segment name plus our company name. Our company name is digital. Check. This value set should be available. Yes, created. Company digital, in the same way, department digital, account digital, project digital, intercompany digital, future one digital, future two digital. This is how it should be available. Let's check how it was created. Select this value set, click on edit. You see how it created. Value set code, it is taking as a company digital. Same, it is taking as a description. Module, it got selected as general ledger. Validation type is independent. Value data type is character. Value subtype is text. Maximum length 4. We never given maximum length. We given display width, but the display width it is taking as a maximum length. That's how it created. The same way you can check for any other segment also. And check the values, whether values are created or not. Before deployment itself, this rapid implementation file can create the values. Click on manage values. Click on search. 4 values should be there. One is 9999, all companies. Here you can see summary, it is selected as yes, it means parent. When summary is yes, parent, allow posting, allow budgeting, no only. We don't record the transaction, the parent company. We don't do budget with the parent. And rest of 1000, 2000, 3000, same names what we given in the spreadsheet. And the summary, no, these are not parent child values, real values where you record the transactions. So you can do the posting, you can do the budgeting. It created as per rapid implementation template, whatever we given, it created these 4 values created. Then cancel to close. You can check any other segment also. Maybe you may want to check department. So department digital. Check, click on edit, how it was created, you can see. And you can verify the values, what you entered in the rapid implementation template. Those are reflecting or not, you can see. All departments, HR, finance, sales, marketing. This is what we entered. Those are created. We'll check accounts value set. Account digital. This is how the name should be available. So account digital, how it was created, click on edit. Maximum length it is taking 5. How it is taking? Here we given maximum size as 5. Display width as a 5. Accordingly to same, the display width it is taking as a maximum size as per the instance.
Lakshman, what if we want uppercase only, those kind of attributes for a
Now
segment?
you can enable. You can enable now. After creating, now you enable it. Rest you can.
While creating, we cannot enable them.
Yeah. While creating, all options are not available. Once you create, how you want to keep them accordingly, you can set. But another point is, if you have a plan of keeping uppercase only, when you are entering in the spreadsheet also, first you enter uppercase only, load it, then you make a rule. Rest, whatever you create, it will follow uppercase. Otherwise, already you created lowercase. Now, if you are setting uppercase, new values only uppercase.
Okay, existing values, it will not do anything.
Correct. Yes. That we have to take.
Can we see actions about this record? That means,
Nothing. Actions, nothing here. Just so again creating the value set. If you want to create,
I just want to check who created this thing.
Who created? Okay. Here view. Click on view.
Viewer.
Okay.
Awesome.
Click on about this record. Who created?
Okay.
ABC INC user. When created? Today. The day, today date. Okay. 3:17 a.m. This is just a different time zone. This is a cloud instance site. They set time zone accordingly. It is displayed. Who updated? This user. Last update. By default, creation date and all it will be defaulted as updated. If somebody will update, it will update here, but creation will remain as this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine. Cancel. So that's how you can check all the value sets. And we have seen the value sets and the values, value attributes. Now we'll go and verify whether the system created chart of accounts or not. It should create the chart of account with this name. Whatever the name you given in the rapid implementation template, within the name field, the same name, it should create the chart of accounts. Let's see that in the instance. Go to manage chart of account structures. Click on search. Go to manage structures. Check for digital. Created. You can open and check how it was created. Click on edit. So this is how it created. 7 segments: company, department, account, intercompany, project, future 1, future 2. Whatever we given in our chart of account rapid implementation template, same it created. How it created segments, you can check here. Select company, click on edit to check. So the company segment code is company, same it is taking as API name and description, sequence number 1, prompt, and short prompt. Short prompt anyway we given in this template itself. Short prompt. This company it is taking here. And display width it is taking 4. Here we given display width only. It is taking here as in the segment creation as well as value set creation purpose as a maximum length. And segment 1 it got selected. The relevant value set it is assigning. Company digital it is assigned to company. And primary balance and segment label for company, which we clearly mention in this rapid implementation template. So this is how it created. Anything you can check and you can understand. Okay. Display width is 5. Natural account segment label is assigned. So this is how it created. Now we'll check the instance got generated or not based on this structure. Go to manage structure instances. Instance also should be available with the same name, digital. Okay, it's available. Click on edit to check. Created. Or it is marking as required. Done. Now only we have to wait for deployment to be completed. As we discussed, after 15 minutes, it will end with a message stating waited for 15 minutes and could not complete deployment. It may take some time, please wait. So that's how it will end up. And we have to wait for a few more minutes and so that we can understand.
In case of any changes required in the template, so do we need to repeat this process?
What kind of changes?
Suppose I want to add one more feature segment.
No, doesn't work. Only you can add the values, additional values you can add by using this template, or we have other sheets also. Changing something to chart of accounts doesn't work. Only values you can add. For example, you have a 10, you added 400 accounts. You want to add 100 more accounts. Yes, you can put additional account in that and you can generate the separate file here. Add 100 more accounts in this, and what you can do is you click on generate additional hierarchy. It will add additional values, all the values. When you submit this file to the instance, the additional values also it will take it to the same values. That's it. So no changes to your chart of accounts. Adding the what I can say, new segments and all, it doesn't work with this.
Okay.
Yeah. See, reality you want to add, you don't need to go to this directly, you can add in the instance also, right? That will support, but we should aware, we should not do that. Through template, you cannot do that. Through template, manually you can do, but you should not do. Now you see, upload enterprise structure and hierarchy is ending with a warning. It waited more than 15 minutes. Okay, more than 15 minutes. And it could not complete. Now it is ended with warning. You see this log and output files, you can understand what is wrong with this. You click on this one more, check the log file. Open this file, see what it says. It is saying, so the rapid implementation for general ledger application and value sets processed successfully, and here you can see the maintain value set job is completed, and you see one by one you can find the message. Here is the message. Okay, process wait time is 15 minutes. The warning exceeded minimum wait time of 15 minutes. What is the action? Wait for GL accounting flexible deployment to complete before proceeding with financial common entities zip file. Okay, you have to wait. You have to wait to complete this deployment so that you can upload financials common entities zip file. Don't submit till that time. That is a message. So whenever you see the status as completed from the accounting flex field, then you can proceed. You just go and check, keep checking. Once you see the status as a deployed, that is a signal to proceed with the second file. Not it. We'll wait for a few more minutes. And meantime, we'll discuss about other file. The other file is financial common entities. If you submit this file, what system will do, we'll discuss. By the meantime, system will complete the deployment so that we can proceed. So if you submit this file, what it is going to create in the instance? So this file first it will create accounting calendar. It will create accounting calendar. Then it will create primary ledger. It will set ledger options. And it will complete primary ledger. And it will create legal entity. Means it will create legal address and it will create the legal entity. And it will assign LE to primary ledger. And it will assign balance and segment values to legal entity. Also, it will create business unit. And it will complete business unit business functions assignment. So assign primary ledger to primary ledger under business functions to BU. Okay, we have a task called as assign business unit business functions, where we assign our primary ledger legal entity to BU. Along with that, we set business unit business functions like payables, invoice creation, payables, payments, customer payments, billing. These all like system will take care. This all system will perform in the sequence. So how it will create, how many it will create, what naming convention it will take, we'll try to understand. When system will create accounting calendar, it will use the same name what we have within this sheet. It will create our accounting calendar with this name, digital, that's it. So create by using name called as digital. By default, it creates accounting calendar for 2 years. When you load this rapid implementation file, if you are creating the rapid implementation file through this template, it will create accounting calendar for 2 years. It means it creates periods for 2 years. And primary ledger, how it will take the primary ledger name? It will take the same name and it will take the country code. What is the currency we given here? USD. USD belongs to US. So it will take digital US as a primary ledger name. This would be your primary ledger name. You can change it. How it will take the ledger options? Ledger options means primarily we are setting retained earnings account. We have seen through manual process. Automatically system can set the ledger options. How it can set? How it knows retained earnings account? Here is a clue in the template. You go to template, go to natural account, search for your retained earnings account. No worries. You just go to retained earnings. Here is the retained earnings account. 31010 is retained earnings account. There is additional tagging. Okay. So there is a extended tag. Retained earnings account type is ownership. If you keep as ownership, it cannot take that account into retained earnings account field, which is available in the ledger options. But along with ownership, there is additional tag, some extended account type called as retained earnings. If you select just like owner's equity, it cannot create any code combination. For retained earnings account, which account system should take into retained earnings account field? For that, you can set owner's equity retained earnings. Then system will understand, okay, this account should be taken into ledger options in the field called as retained earnings. But what about company, department, and other segments? By default, as per this rapid implementation process, it will pick all the first values, because already we discussed only account is mandatory, rest of segment values, anything you can choose. So that's how it can pick company first value, department first value, project first value, intercompany first value, project future one, future two first value. But account, it will pick exactly this retained earnings account. So that is a logic system will follow when it comes to retained earnings account creation as a part of ledger options. So that's how system can complete ledger options automatically. You no need to go and provide retained earnings account through manual process. System can create retained earnings account automatically by following this additional tagging or extended tagging, which is available in the rapid implementation template. Same already we loaded it to instance. It follows all those nodes accordingly. It can create retained earnings account code combination as a part of ledger options. This is what we have to understand. That's how system can complete ledger options. Also, it will submit the task called as review and submit accounting configuration. Okay, also it will submit review and submit accounting configuration and legal entity. So complete information we given here. As per our rapid implementation sheet, we given legal entity address and legal entity information. Here we given address. Okay, along with this address, with what details it should create legal entity, that information also be given. By following this data, it can create legal entity. Then it has to assign LE2 primary ledger. How it will assign the LE2 primary ledger? Any guess on this? How it will assign LE2 primary ledger? How it will assign LE2? Is there any clue in our template data? What it will do is,
We assign the companies, right,
yeah,
to the legal entities.
yeah, companies need to be assigned to legal entities. How it will assign?
Oh, seeing this sheet, once we upload this sheet.
Business segment
Once this-
values.
Yeah, here already clearly we mentioned, right?
Yeah,
Which company belongs to which legal entity. This is clear. Now my question is, how it will assign these companies balance and segment values to legal primary ledger?
for these companies before we used and before we gave the details
Where?
in chart of accounts and calendar ledger.
No. What it will do is, so to assign this balance and segment values to primary ledger, it will take the help of legal entity. The legal entity belongs to US. With US, what is the primary ledger is available to that primary ledger, it will assign this balance and segment values of this legal entity. It will look for country. When country is matching, it can assign. See these 2 points. One is assign LE2 primary ledger. How it will assign LE2 primary ledger? So here, LE belongs to US. What is the primary ledger is available for US? It will check to that primary ledger, this LE will be assigned. We never assign US legal entity to India primary ledger. Always we assign US legal entity to US primary ledger. So that's how based on the country it can assign automatically. How it will assign the balance and segment values to respective LE? Already that information we clearly given in this. Which balance and segment values belongs to which legal entity we given, the same it will perform in the system. So that's how system can understand. Based on the country, it can assign LE to primary ledger. Okay, this LE belongs to which country? US. Where is the US primary ledger? It will assign. This legal entity belongs to India. Where is the India primary ledger? So and so. Yeah, assign. This is how it can. And balance and segment values to legal entity, we are giving very clear information and business unit. Here we are listing out all our business units. Next step is it should assign primary ledger and business unit business functions to BU. How it can assign primary ledger to our legal business unit? Here is the clue. So to this primary ledger, to this business unit, we are giving the legal entity. This legal entity should belongs to so and so primary ledger. The same primary ledger it will assign to BU. We are giving the legal entity for digital US business unit. The default legal entity is digital US legal entity. The digital US legal entity should belongs to so and so primary ledger. The same primary ledger it will assign to this business unit. And by default, it will enable all the business functions. All the business functions it will enable. That's how it works. Okay. So whatever the legal entry we mapped for the BU, that legal entry should belong to so and so primary ledger. The same primary ledger will be assigned to this legal business unit. So this is how it works.
Lakshman,
Yep.
where will we assign the business unit location?
Data information we don't have as for template, right? Once legal and business unit is created through this rapid implementation template, we need to create location through manual process, and we have to assign to our business unit. That is completely manual.
Okay.
Yeah, through this template, you cannot achieve that. There is no scope to provide the BU location.
One more question.
Sorry?
One more question.
Yeah, please.
You can create primary ledger. We can require 4 Cs. Or where is the accounting method?
Accounting method, what accounting method we selected? Through manual process.
Manual process standard accrual method is selected.
Same it will select. That is the one which generally we use. You no need to tell to the system. Okay, it will pick. See, when we created a value set, what value set validation type it pick? System created value sets. What validation type it selected?
Values.
Anyone?
Calendar.
Validation type. Value set. Independent.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Hope you can recollect it. Validation type, what we selected, just we given the value set name and we give an application as general ledger. Validation type is independent. Value data type is character. Subtype is text. Right? Maximum length 3 or 4 or 5, whatever you require. That's what we given. So nowhere we given validation type as independent in our rapid implementation template, but it is picking independent. That is a standard one which generally we use. In the same way, when you create the primary ledger, yes, we have a calendar, we have a chart of accounts. Currency already is available in the instance, it will pick based on the country. What about accounting method? Accounting method always it will pick standard accrual, which is seeded, which is mostly used. If you want to change, you can change it later. You cannot change the calendar, you cannot change the currency, you cannot change the chart of accounts. Okay, or chart of accounts, calendar, currency, you cannot change. One system creates or you create primary ledger, but always you can change is accounting method. But by default, it takes standard accrual. If you want to change, you can change. Yeah. So that's how it works. I thought of explaining this when we see in the system. Anyway, you had as a question. So that is the point we have to understand. Okay, now we'll go and verify our chart of account structure status. If it is complete, we can proceed with the next step. May take few more minutes. Okay, still it is taking time. What we can do is we'll wait for 5 more minutes. We'll wait for 5 more minutes. For 5 more minutes, we will submit the second file and the result we'll see in the next session, tomorrow session. Because again, to create all those, it takes time. We'll wait for 5 minutes and we'll submit the second file so that all the setups would be ready so that we can review in the next session and we can take it forward. Okay. We'll have a 5 minutes break. I'll pause the recording also. After 5 minutes, we'll check the status of our accounting flex field. If you could see the status as deployed, we'll submit. Otherwise, the submitting the second file also we'll see in the next session. Okay, we'll check the status. Almost same. We'll sign out and sign in and we'll verify. So go to chart of account structures task and click on search. You could see deploy. Now you can submit the second file. Okay, we'll submit the second file. The result and all will review in the next session. So just we'll submit and we'll wind up for today. Here you can say rapid. The task list name is define common financial configuration for rapid implementation. Click on this task list. Now the second task is upload ledger, legal entities and business units. By using this task, we submitted or we uploaded chart of accounts file. The common entities, okay, financial common entities, that file we have to submit by using this task. Click on this task. Choose file. Here is the file, financial common entities. Select, submit. Say okay. Okay. So what it will do is when you practice this, how you will have experience is it can complete all these setups with less time, within minutes, maybe within 4 or 5 minutes, it can complete everything. But the completing primary ledger, updating the status as confirmed and creating business unit, it will take few more minutes. This accounting calendar creation, primary ledger creation, legal entity, these assignments and all, it will complete within 2 to 3 minutes. When it comes to completing the primary ledger creation and business unit creation, it may take 10 minutes, 15 minutes also, sometimes more than that. So that's how you will have experience and just notice. Anyway, we'll see in the system. So we submitted this file. The expectation is it will create all these setups that we will go and review in the tomorrow session. We submitted. So it takes few minutes time to complete. Anyway, we are running out of the time. In tomorrow's session, we will check all those setups. Accordingly, we can proceed with the rest of the setups. We're done for today. If you have any questions, please stay back. We'll discuss. If no questions, we'll connect tomorrow same time. Thank you all. Have a great day.